Well, hello and welcome to my latest video in my City Skylines build series. Over the Easter weekend there was a sale on, so I picked up all the DLC that was outstanding for me, other than the radio stations, which I'm not interested in. So I'm now playing with all the DLC. As you can see up here, I've now got the disasters thing, for instance. I don't intend to use that at all. There might be one or two assets that I'll use, but I don't want anything wrecking my city. I think I can do that quite well all by myself. But let's just get you caught up with where I'm at with this. So I got to the Boomtown achievement, which unlocks, well, amongst other things, the cemetery, which I got built straight away because I know that a few people seem to die off straight, pretty much as soon as you get Boomtown. I assume it's just a little cue from the game that you need to sort this out. So there's my cemetery. Not really getting a lot of use at the moment, which is a good thing, obviously. I really hate this deceased processed, but anyway, whatever. Maybe I'm just a bit sensitive at the moment. So what have I got up to? Well, I think last time I was saying that I was going to develop the other side of the river from Cedar Point, which I'm kind of thinking I'm just going to go all Beavis and Butthead and call it Bold Knob or something. But yes, so I've put in this settlement here, and I've gone with this this roundabout gimmick, I suppose it is now. I need to stop doing that. I'm very unimaginative. It kind of worked nicely over here. I tried it over here. What I wanted to do was to make it a bit visually distinct, and seeing as I had downloaded all the DLC, what I was hoping to do was use basically I've set this as a district, obviously, use the European suburbia assets to give a visual distinction from this side of the river. The problem is, and I need to find an asset to sort of demonstrate, I need something with hedges. Yes, perfect. Okay, so, oh no, that's a school or something, isn't it? Found me that'll do. So, this, as far as I know, is a vanilla asset, so it's hedged all the way around, and that's as it should be, I would have thought. The European ones, I think, are designed to use in more of a grid, and so what you get is you get basically the hedge at the front, hedge at the side and at the back, but no hedge on this side. And I think the idea is that the next one that you stick right next to it, it shares this hedge and it creates like a sort of a common boundary. But on this sort of crescent design, it just doesn't work. I think actually that could be one of the European assets, with it having basically totally open at the back. But yeah, this is the sort of thing that was just popping up just all the time when I was using the European assets on the other side of the river. So what I've done instead is I've zoned this. I'll just show you what I did. I zoned it with self-sufficient buildings, which is, my idea was that you'd get some different assets, which is what's coming up. So you get hopefully a visual distinction between, even though it's the same kind of road layout, though this is a bit better defined because there's a bit more space for it. But it's a different vibe, if you like, to the assets that are over here. So it's kind of worked out for me, even though maybe at this stage of the game, losing 20% of my tax income for these buildings, maybe I would rather have not have done that. But, hey ho. What else have I done? Okay, well, you remember I'd put this kind of cycle network pretty much all around this, and I'd extended it over the river with this bridge. I put this in first. And I was, it's great. It's actually getting some use. But then I've got to the point where I could maybe be thinking about public transport. So I was having a look at the public transport maps, And, well, first I was thinking, well, I'm not explaining this very well. Let me just show you. Let's start with public transport. So, I've kind of, in a way, made... I don't know whether I've made a rod for my own back or whether it's a good thing, but although I basically duplicated the setup here, so I've got police station, clinic, primary school and high school in this sort of centre here. I've kind of duplicated it over here, but rather than putting in a normal high school, I've put in the Institute of Creative Arts. I've done that because with all this being sort of like green housing, and I've set up this district to be the, you know, the sort of like the organic type stuff, the stuff that produces its own stuff, like I don't know whether it's called it market garden or what, but I kind of thought it went in well with the sort of maybe slightly self-righteous vibe over this side of town, to put in the Institute of Creative Arts. But then what I'm finding is that it's now, I'm getting this kind of cross traffic. I'm getting people over here who want their kids to be educated here, and I've got this lot over here and they seem to want their kids to be educated here. So I'm getting quite a lot of traffic flowing across the river, and I hadn't really provisioned for that. I'm not trying to really discourage cars, but I'm trying to provide alternates. So, as I say, I hadn't put this bridge in at the time, and people, if they did want to drive, were coming around on this sort of 4-lane, which is great. That's what I wanted. But I started to think, well, hang on, I've put this bridge over, which is for bike traffic only. Maybe I should. There's a mod you can download on Asset, which is a shared bike and pedestrian path. So I was just about to upgrade this, and then I was looking at the transport map and realised that when I'd put this bridge in, and yeah, okay, it's very but of course with roads come pavements, and so I've just put in my pedestrian route there. But the reason I put this road in, let's just come out of traffic routes for a minute. So this is the traffic manager, and I just want to just show you what my intention is with this. I've banned, that's normal cars, that's taxis, that is, you know, goods trucks. So basically this road, I've made it so that it's for buses and utility vehicles. So what's that? That's probably a garbage truck. Let's have a look. Yes. And police and fire should they need to. So normal traffic, commuter traffic if you want, is banned from this. But I'm getting my pedestrian flow over there, so that's kind of, I'm happy with that. I didn't put it in for a pedestrian bridge, but it's serving as it so superb. So I was, like I said, I was just playing around with just looking at. I'd never really particularly explored the traffic routes before, but I was looking at it just to see where I might want to start my public transport. It's quite gratifying to see the cycle, my cycle paths being used on my cycle bridge. Some people drive a long way, don't they? And I'm guessing that maybe didn't even originate here. It could have been all the way down here. And they're driving, at least they're staying out of the town centre. They're going the sort of the faster route, which is great. But maybe if I could put some public transport in that went across here, that would eliminate some of this car traffic. I'm trying to keep this round. At the moment, the traffic's fine there. There's very little really. But I'm just trying to forestall any issues here, which is my junction with the motorway network. So if I can encourage people, maybe if I can put a bus lane and bring some people across this way, sort of get them off the cars, that would be a good thing. Yes, so I'll be getting on to sorting out my public transport. I'll probably do it in the next video. So this is just a quick catch up just to show you where I'm at. And just before I started this video, I was just clicking to see, you know, just to sort of just get an idea of the transport needs. And hopefully this is still going to be here, because this just made me laugh. Yeah, so I've put a park in here. It's a dog park. It's for walking your dog. And I started to smile at the thought of somebody, you know, like driving to the dog park to walk their dog. But then I kind of started following this, and yeah, alright, fine. This is somebody from over this side somewhere who really wants to take the dog to the dog park, rather than just, you know, like maybe just walking it around here. But then I saw this. And this is some guy, supposedly, who's coming to walk his dog, yeah? Still going. Still going. This is crazy. This guy has come from off the map. In fact, let's just have a look. Let's find this guy. Who are you? Okay, it's Stephen Smith. And I'm bringing in tourist traffic to my dog park. Wow. That's amazing. Okay, yeah, I realise that it doesn't work this way, and it's just a tourism asset sort of thing. But it just made me smile that the thought that somebody would, I don't know what distance this represents, but basically somebody is coming from off the map and coming all this way. To walk their dog. Wow. Okay, so let's just have a quick chat about what I want to do with my transport. Let's just come off this view for now. Now I know there's a rule, kind of, that basically your public transport should go from one type of zone, if you like, to another. But I'm seeing you know, that there's traffic effectively coming from town centre to town centre. And I'm kind of thinking that a bus lane that comes from here across my bus bridge and runs into this town centre would actually work. I mean, we'll soon see, because I'm going to try that. I think that's probably going to be my first line. But what I can do, I don't want it running right down the centre here, because it actually gets quite congested with these buildings all being on the sort of cross-through road. But I can't put it there because there's a park. But maybe one of these smaller houses, maybe there with the path actually would be good. I'm going to put, so this is my idea. Bus stop. Bus comes round, comes across. I'm putting this sort of, I don't know, I can't remember what you call it. This kind of you know, like organic style sort of stuff that grows their own produce. I'm going to extend that down here. This is all been zoned out for that sort of use. So I'm thinking maybe a stop there would work, because people would then come back and then maybe access some shops that they can't get on their side of the river. Excuse me. But then that's it until we get to the centre. So I'm going to bring it down here and then put a stop maybe on one of these corners here. No, sorry. It's going to come down and down to here, and then a stop somewhere here. Say there. And then obviously I've got to turn it around. So I'm kind of thinking it'll go out and then back, and then a stop there, and then basically retrace its route. I'll put a stop there, because then the people who've got on here, they may want to go to the shops that I'm putting here, but then basically traces its way back and finishes at the originating stop wherever I decided I was going to put it here. And that'll be my first line, and let's see how that goes. While I was looking at it, I also started looking. You notice that my industry is no demand. So I was kind of like looking at this. What was happening while I was off camera, as it were, is it was gradually just declining. I was trying to let the game run to build up a bit of money because I knew that I was going to start spending it on buses and stuff. So I'm just started to look, and I'm realising that there's jobs there, or there's a demand for workers. I'm not going to click on every one, but every single one has vacancies, but they're just not being filled. Now, my overall unemployment is, I think, something like 3%. So it might be that maybe I just don't have enough. I just don't have enough population to sustain this. I don't know, but I was also wondering whether it is that I'm not delivering the workers to this area. Now, this is a almost temporary area anyway. I want to develop the more specialised industries, but just for now, I'd like to just give them a chance. So I think what I'll probably do as well, second bus route, is take out this shop here and bring another of these sort of bus and service roads that I've kind of like coined the idea from there. Bring it into this corner and just run. So just run, get a stop sort of here and one over here, and then just bring it back in. And maybe just a couple of stops. I'm trying to think how I'm going to do this nicely. This might change a little bit. We'll see in the next video, but I was kind of thinking these shouldn't be too bad. It's down here really that I'm thinking might be a bit too far away from the industry. I mean, these guys here, I've put they can walk. I've put a pedestrian path in here. There's the cycle paths here. So I'm really kind of thinking of trying to bring people in from a bit further away. So I'm thinking that I'll take the bus down this faster road here, bring it out here, get a bus stop in here, and then basically loop it back somehow. Maybe like that, and then just back the way it came, and see if that'll just perk up this industry a little bit. Maybe we'll see. And I don't really want to bother bringing people all the way from over here, because my plan, I have 2 tiles to purchase, so I'll just zoom out a bit. I'm going to take this tile here. This is arable land. There's oil here, though I'm not going to be able to access that until I get to 5,000 population. And there's minerals in all this here. There's also forestry as well, of course, because there's a ton of trees there. So it's going to be a bit of a shame for these guys. All very eco-friendly, and I'm just going to put a succession of industry on their doorstep. But I will screen them with a whole load of trees, so that it doesn't offend them too much. So okay, there we go. That's where I'm at, and that's where I'm going to go. I'm just going to leave this for now. I'm just going to get a few things set up, ready for my public transport, and then you can see me popping in my public transport lines. So I'm just going to leave that video right there, and the next one I'm starting up my bus routes in my city. So I'll see you very soon. Bye now.